You mentioned return to office. It wasn't that long ago. It wasn't return to office in New York. It was just leaving New York altogether and moving to Miami.
Yeah.
Have we seen peak Miami for the time being? Because there was a time that everyone was rushing down there with their employees and things like that. And now you hear maybe not so fast, they're coming back a little bit.
Miami has an issue because of schools. It doesn't have enough schools, and that's probably the reason Miami's slowing. But Amazon just announced they're moving taking 50,000 feet. There are a lot of companies that would move down if they could get their employees' kids into schools, which is impossible. So you got to be very bullish on Citadel, which obviously left Chicago. I mean, they alone have decided they're going to make Miami into the financial capital of the United States, and they have the power to do that. Ken is very philanthropic, and he's moved a lot of 1,500 people into the market, and that affects the housing market. We're waiting. I mean, if I was really smart, I'd just buy all the houses in Coral Gables and sell them to the Citadel employees as they move down. I don't think Miami's peaked. I think Miami and Florida have sort of cycles because they get overbuilt, but they're ever higher cycles. You just have to have stamina and stay with it. The housing market, you know, a $4 million house became a $10 million house, and now it's an $8 million house, but it's still twice what the guy paid for it 4 years ago. So, and really good stuff. I mean, recently Barry Sternlicht moved down, Jeff Bezos has moved down. I anticipated the climate, you know, that obviously the weather's better. I anticipated, certainly in the winter. I anticipated the tax savings, and obviously for the darkest blue states, it's material. I didn't anticipate how welcoming the state is to business, and how success is actually applauded, not vilified. So I think for businesses, that's a nice thing. The state wants you to succeed, and they want to attract business. And maybe the blue states, I mean, the governor of Florida said, I guess he got on a phone call with the governor of New York and said, you know, stop taking my people. He says, every time you talk, I get another tenant. So, you know, every time they try to chase, I look at these two states, New York and California. We're sitting in California. They have massive budget deficits. Massive. So they have to cut services or raise taxes. Florida, Texas have massive budget surpluses. So they're in a positive flywheel. They're spending money to improve their infrastructure in schools and universities, and the dark blue states are finding that in order to provide the social services that they want to provide, they're chasing the wealthy out, and they can move. They're not tied to trees in these states yet, so not yet.